All right, here we go into a little bit of a different kind of manipulation with partial fractions. What happens when we have what are known as repeating linear factors? So here you see in the denominator, you've got a linear factor of x minus 2, but it's x minus 2 squared. And that does affect how we're going to decompose the fractions or separate them. So we're going to go over that. I need to just give a note here, though. If you're taking the BC exam, this is not on there. They only do non-repeating linear factors, which is what we've covered up to this point. Nothing further. So this is more so for that BC teacher or a professor in Calc 2 class that's going to go over these kinds of problems. It's very typical that they will. All right, so how do we separate this? Well, we look at that. U substitution is not going to work. And we get x over x minus 2 times x minus 2. When you have repeated linear factors, you've got to split that into a over the initial value plus b over x minus 2 squared. Now the reason why we do this is, if we didn't do it this way, you might not end up with that x value in the numerator, right? We might need that x value. And so we cover our bases by splitting it into an x minus 2 and then the square of it. If we had x minus 2's here, and these are both constants, there's no way we could get that x back. Now, if you're like, all right, I totally don't get what you're saying, that's fine. You don't need to get that to be able to rock this. But if you do, well, then you're a little bit better off with this than otherwise, but it's not going to help you to get an A on the test any more than if you don't understand it. All right, let's rock. So now from here, now that we have that, we're going to solve this like we did before. We'll multiply through both sides by that common denominator of x minus 2 squared. Now, interesting things happen here. When we do that, these divide out, leaving us with x. The x minus 2 divides out here, leaving us with an a times x minus 2. And we'll end up with plus b here, because the x minus 2 squareds cancel out. So one of the x minus 2's cancel out here, both of them cancel out here and here. Now, pick an x value. The perfect one would be x equals 2. That'll cancel this out. 2 minus 2 is 0. And you'll be left with 2 equals b. So b equals 2. Great. All right, so we've got our b value of 2. Now, how do we find a? Because we don't have an x value that will cancel out b. What you do in this case is you have b, so we're going to plug it in. So b is constant. It is always 2. There it is. So now to solve for a, all we need to do is pick a different x value and we'll be good. Any x value. So pick the easiest one besides 2 would be 3. And the reason why I'm letting x equal to 3 is because 3 minus 2 is 1. So that's going to be 1 times a is just a plus 2. And then we subtract 2 from both sides and a is equal to 1. Doesn't matter what x value you pick, a will be constant. So you can pick any x value and it will work. All right, now, and test that if you want to, but it'll work. Anyway, a equals 1. Nice. So now what's happened is we now have our integral. So now this thing is equal to the integral of 1 over x minus 2 plus 2 over x minus 2 squared. That gives us something that is integrable. So I'm going to take all of this right here, and we're going to continue to integrate it right here. So the integral of 1 over x minus 2 is not bad. That's the ln of the absolute value of x minus 2. Now, as far as the integral of this one goes, I'm going to take that, and we'll look at that as 2 times x minus 2 to the negative 2. And as gross as that is, it's actually not so bad. Here's what we do. We're going to take that 2, we're integrating it, that's just hanging out, that's plus 2, times, now you'd add, well, 1 to that. So that's going to be an x minus 2 to the negative 1. And then you divide by that power that we got, plus c. And let's simplify that down. You get the ln of x minus 2 minus, because 2 divided by negative 1, 2 over x minus 2. And it's over x minus 2 because it's to the negative 1 plus c. And there's your answer. That's it. Not so bad. So that is repeating linear factors. The key idea here is you're doing everything else the same. The only difference is when you set it up, you've got two constants with one of the constants over x minus 2 squared and the other one over the just linear factor. And I told you why it is that we did that in the beginning. Then you solve, canceling things out. And when you realize, oh no, I can't cancel out the b, plug it in and then solve. And the integration, that's old school. That's from way back when, chapters 4 and 5. All right, I will see you in the next video. Until then, be well and peace.